Boys, we got a new chatterbait for 2025. And let me tell you, it's got a friend with them. So we got two new chatterbaits coming from Raid Japan. Today, we're throwing the Raid Japan Maxx Blade Power. This is Northern Strain Style. Hit that like and subscribe, and let's go. All right, a new bladed jig chatterbait from Raid Japan. This is the Power one. It comes in 11 grams and 14 grams. All right, let's check the bait out. Boom, there it is. Now, my first thing I always think of when I get a new chatterbait is the blade different than the standard go-to evergreen Z-Man jackhammer, right? Now, the blade is about the same size. The Raid Japan one might be a little bit bigger, but the big thing is the blade is straight, and this has a little curve right there. So with that little curve, it's less water resistance, so it's easier to reel. Where this one's got a harder thump, hence the power in the name. One other thing too is different with this blade compared to the evergreen one is it's got a little cutout right here, so where it must be hit, and it's a little more freer. Now let's check it out. So this one had the golden blade on it, and you can see it got tarnished, which was a little disappointing, but it also has it labeled P for power. Now the difference between the Raid Japan Power and Speed is just the blade, but I'm going to get into this one on another episode. So let's check the head out. It's got the narrow flat bottom head, and it's labeled the weight, which is nice. And it's got the googly eye on there. And they added a weed guard, and what's nice about this weed guard, it's just like 4 or 5 little strands, so you can pull them out and manipulate them wherever you want, and they're really light where it's not gonna affect the action of the chatterbait or anything. It's got a nice hand-tied skirt on it, nice stout hook. The bait keeper, it's got all these different little barbs. I'd still hit it with a dab of glue. Now this chatterbait was designed for windy, rough conditions, muddy water. It excels, you know, ripping it out of the weeds, coming through the grass, but it's also a great open water chatterbait. They recommend a 4 or a 5-inch trailer on it. I was using a 5-inch Depths Death Hatter. That's my favorite chatterbait trailer of all time. There we go. Old Raid Japan Power chatter, a little chunker. Let's check out all the different color combos they come in. Now the 5-inch Death Adder is the go-to, but sometimes I like to throw on that 6-inch, you know, just a little bigger profile. Hopefully get a bigger bite, and let's just rig it up on there right now. And just push it up on there, slide it through, push it up. Bam, there's your setup. There we go. Max power. Getting her done, boys. Beautiful largie. Now you can throw a chatterbait all year long, but when it really excels for me is in the springtime when you get that new grass growing, and before it's maxed out at the top of the water, you just kind of let it sit in there and rip it on out, and man, the fish can't resist a chatterbait. There he is. Not very big. I'll take him. Little runt season continues, boys. The saga continues. If anybody's been gun shy on buying a chatterbait rod just because they think, okay, it's only going to be for chatterbaits. No, you can use it for a bunch of different techniques, from spinner baits. You can use crankbaits with it. That's what I've been using with mine, and I like using the Daiwa Tatula Elite 7.4 crankbait rod, and I got it with a Daiwa Tatula 8:1 gear ratio and 18-pound fluorocarbon. That's the setup. There we go.